Get it, Terry. Terry.
They're not going to
You hear it? You hear it, Frank?
She's asking them questions.
Push your way right in. Push your way right in. That's as high as you're going to go. You got it. Let it roll my deodorant.
Are you hoping to get under his skin?
Easy.
Mark, you were a big fan of District of Corruption. You aired it on Access Networks. All about the corruption in D.C.
Yep.
How do you think Hillary Clinton is going to fix the corruption in D.C.?
I have no idea. Just like Donald Trump has no chance of fixing whatever corruption. I'm not an expert in corruption in D.C., so I couldn't speak to it.
You know what it's like to be a
Be
businessman.
affected by your presence in the room.
I don't know if he is. That says a lot about him.
But as a businessman, you know the certain skills for leadership that are involved in that. Do you think there's any way that translates to government?
For most business people, yes. For Donald Trump, it obviously has not. And I'll requote Bobby Knight, who's a supporter of Donald Trump. In my book, I quote from Bobby Knight, because I went to Indiana University. He was the coach of Illinois. And he had this one saying. He goes, everybody's got the will to win, but it's only those with the will to prepare that do win. And it's a perfect analogy to the problem with Donald Trump. Donald Trump has no will to prepare. And you see that in everything he says and all his responses to everything. And so, you know, had he had that, had he made that effort, the type that Coach Knight expects from his team to prepare to win, you know, it might have been a different story when I liked what he was doing. You know, he was a breath of fresh air until I realized that he really didn't have the will to prepare, and that's critical to being president in my mind.
You think you're in his head tonight?
Do you think there's pressure that he can handle this?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you know, he kind of freaked out in my tweet, so it's hard to say.
Mark, he says his business experience prepares him to deal with these gigantic issues.
No, it's not even close.
Why not?
No, I mean, look, I've managed thousands and thousands and thousands of people, done billion-dollar deals, but there aren't.
You ready to lead the world?
Look, I'll tell you. I asked him on the phone once, one time. I said, look, you do realize you're going to have to make decisions that people die as a result of. And there's no response.
He didn't say anything to you?
Are you going to try to do anything to psych him out tonight?
How do you think this is going to compare to sitting courtside at a huge Mavs game? Mark, thank you very much.